Welcome back. This week, let's talk about witness protection. We have seen it in movies, we've seen it in TV shows, and this week we saw it in My Blue Heaven, where Steve Martin plays mobster Vinny, who is relocated to suburbia as Todd and quickly grows tired of the suburban humdrums. But how closely does My Blue Heaven portray the real witness security program, and what actually happens once you've testified and the trial and therefore the drama is over? Run by the U.S. Marshal Services since 1971, the witness security program has protected over 19,000 witnesses and their families. And yes, one of the most famous real-life cases was Henry Hill, the gangster whose story inspired both Goodfellas and, in a comedic tone, this week's episode, My Blue Heaven. And with that, we have to wonder, who actually gets into witness protection? Typical candidates are usually criminals turned informants who cut a deal with the government, or civilians who witnessed serious crimes like organized crime hits, cartel operations, gang wars, or even terrorist plots. But to be sure, not just anyone can walk into an FBI field office and say, "Hey, hide me in Nebraska." There is a vetting process to ensure the threat is real and that putting resources into protecting that witness actually makes sense. Once accepted, here's what happens. You and your immediate family are relocated, often across the country. You are given a new identity, a fresh name, a new social security number, a new driver's license, the whole package. And the marshals may help you find housing and may cover your bills until you get on your feet. But here's the kicker. It's not just about moving houses. You need a backstory. Witnesses are coached on their new life, where they grew up, where they attended school, even details about fake hometowns in case someone asks. And kids, they get enrolled in new schools under brand new names. Imagine being 12 and suddenly you're no longer Maria from Brooklyn, you're Susan from Kansas. That's a huge adjustment. And adults often get help finding regular jobs. And by regular, I mean boring office work, manual labor, retail jobs, etc. There's no side hustles, there's no flashy business deals, there's none of that. You are on the straight and narrow, working Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, like the rest of us. Now, waiting to testify, things are intense. Witnesses live in safe houses with marshals providing 24/7 security and escorts to and from court. But once the trial and testimony is over, as we saw in My Blue Heaven, things change. Day-to-day protection usually scales back, and the focus then becomes long-term relocation with the same anonymity. If there's still a threat, let's say a crime boss who will never let this vendetta go, kind of as we saw after the Latanza heist in Goodfellas, a witness might stay in the program indefinitely. But if the criminal organization collapses or leadership goes to prison, the threat level gradually decreases. And in that case, protection might be decreased. Now, some people, as we saw in Vinny's case, eventually graduate from witness protection, meaning they live under their assumed identity without any ongoing government supervision. But going back to your old life, absolutely not happening. And certainly not like Vinny strutting back into New York with the Hawaiian shirt, crocodile tears, and a hug for his mama. If you break cover and contact old friends, use your real name, post about it on Facebook, you can risk being found out, and therefore the marshals will just cut you loose. According to the U.S. Marshals, no witness who has followed the rules of the program has ever been harmed while under protection. Now, here's where it gets fun, though. My Blue Heaven shows us the comedic side of witness protection. Steve Martin's Vinny, as we've established, was loosely based on Goodfellas' Henry Hill's, and he is relocated to suburbia and immediately begins doing typical mobster things, such as putting fake prices on grocery store steaks, selling stolen credit cards, and accidentally stealing cars. And every time he messes up, Rick Moranis, as the straight-laced FBI agent Barney, is right there to scold him. It's goofy, it's over the top, and it's funny because Vinny is completely incapable of being boring, which is exactly what real witnesses are supposed to be. And what gives My Blue Heaven its authenticity is that writer Nicholas Pileggi interviewed Henry Hill to write Wise Guy, the book that became Goodfellas. Meanwhile, his wife, writer-director Nora Ephron, sat in on those interviews. She looked at it from a completely different angle and asked, hey, what happens to this guy once he enters witness protection? So while Pileggi wrote the gritty crime epic, Ephron wrote the comedy. Two completely different tones, one with the same man at the center. So next time you watch Steve Martin dance the meringue around the suburbs in My Blue Heaven, remember, yes, it's hilarious, it's based on real people, but in reality, witness protection is not about baseball, barbecue, and block parties. It's about disappearing, staying hidden, and never looking back. So go ahead and give the subscribe button a good hit of the price gun so you never miss a thing. We have enjoyed bringing you fantastic content through the month of September. Coming up very soon is spooky season, and we have a bunch of potential movies to discuss. In the meantime, be sure to subscribe to the Real Relationships podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get podcasts. We are also on YouTube, Instagram, Blue Sky, Facebook, and of course, YouTube. New episodes of this show drop every Thursday. We thank you for your support. Stay safe. Stay out of the mob's jurisdiction so that we can see you soon.